The port visit of the USS Newport News SSN 750 to Reykjavík, Iceland, on July 9, 2025, represents a major milestone in the strategic deployment of U.S. naval assets in the Arctic and North Atlantic region. This event is not simply a symbolic gesture or routine patrol, it is a clear signal of America's determination to maintain freedom of navigation, protect critical infrastructure, and deter increasingly aggressive undersea activities by rival powers, particularly in the northern maritime domain. The USS Newport News is a Los Angeles-class fast-attack nuclear-powered submarine. These submarines, though older than the newer Virginia-class boats, remain highly capable platforms. They are equipped with 12 Vertical Launch System (VLS) cells for Tomahawk cruise missiles, advanced sonar suites, and stealth designs optimized for surveillance, anti-submarine warfare, and sea control operations. Submarines like the Newport News are designed to operate independently for extended periods, gathering intelligence, monitoring adversary activity, and if necessary, delivering precision strikes in support of national defense. Iceland, due to its strategic location in the GIUK Gap, a narrow maritime corridor between Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom, has long been recognized as a critical chokepoint for naval operations. During the Cold War, this area served as a frontline in the effort to track and, if necessary, intercept Soviet submarines attempting to enter the Atlantic. The U.S. Air Force maintained a major presence at Keflavik Air Base, which hosted fighter aircraft and maritime patrol squadrons, including P-3 Orions, tasked with monitoring submarine traffic in the area. Following the end of the Cold War, the U.S. reduced its footprint in Iceland. The closure of Keflavik and a scaling back of submarine patrols reflected a temporary shift in global strategic priorities. However, the past decade has seen a significant re-emergence of threats in the Arctic and North Atlantic, particularly from Russia's Northern Fleet. Russia has invested heavily in modernizing its submarine force, commissioning new platforms like the Yasen M-class cruise missile submarines, which are capable of stealthily deploying long-range weapons into the Atlantic. These submarines regularly operate from bases near Murmansk, transiting through the GIUK Gap on their way to the open ocean. In response, NATO has refocused attention on the region. The U.S. Navy resumed rotational deployments of P-8A Poseidon multi-mission maritime patrol aircraft to Iceland. These aircraft are optimized for submarine detection, using a combination of sonobuoys, magnetic anomaly detectors, and high-resolution radar to track undersea threats. Meanwhile, NATO air policing missions provide air cover for Iceland, which lacks a dedicated air force. Iceland's 2023 decision to allow U.S. nuclear-powered submarines to enter its waters marked a turning point. Initially, these visits were limited to offshore crew exchanges and logistics. The July 2025 docking of the USS Newport News at Reykjavík Harbor is the first full port call, made possible by joint coordination between Iceland's foreign and defense ministries and U.S. European Command. This visit sets a precedent for future operations, allowing U.S. submarines to receive maintenance, supplies, and crew rest closer to the most contested waters in the North Atlantic. From a strategic standpoint, this development enhances the operational reach and flexibility of the U.S. undersea fleet. Prior to Iceland's port access, U.S. submarines operating in the high north had to rely on more distant ports in Scotland or Norway. The Clyde Naval Base in Scotland is over 700 miles south of Iceland, while Norway's Grotesund Harbor lies 900 miles to the northeast. Reykjavík now provides a much more central and logistically effective location to support submarine patrols, especially those monitoring the GIUK Gap. This deployment also comes amid rising concern about the security of undersea infrastructure, including telecommunications and energy cables that crisscross the seafloor in the North Atlantic. In 2024, a series of suspected sabotage incidents in the Baltic Sea, believed to involve vessels linked to foreign intelligence, highlighted the vulnerability of these cables. Damage to even a single cable could disrupt global financial markets or impair military communications. The ability of U.S. submarines to monitor and respond to threats to this infrastructure is now a key mission priority. The strategic benefits of submarine visits to Iceland go beyond military readiness. They represent a deepening of the U.S.-Iceland security partnership, reinforcing alliance cohesion within NATO. Iceland has no standing army and relies heavily on NATO for its national defense. Hosting a U.S. nuclear submarine serves as a clear demonstration of that alliance in action, and also strengthens deterrence against any future attempts to challenge the sovereignty or stability of the region. Beyond the operational relevance of the Newport News mission, it is important to view this development within the broader modernization of the U.S. Navy's submarine force. While the Los Angeles class remains in active service, the Virginia class has taken over as the frontline fast attack submarine. Newer Block 5 variants of the Virginia class include the Virginia Payload Module, significantly increasing their Tomahawk missile payload. These submarines are being delivered at a steady pace as older Los Angeles class boats retire. In parallel, the U.S. Navy is designing the SSN-X, a next-generation attack submarine expected to begin construction in the early 2040s. This new class will include improved stealth, unmanned systems integration, advanced sensors, and a flexible payload designed to meet emerging mission demands. It represents the future of undersea dominance in contested environments where peer competitors have rapidly closing technological gaps. Another component of modernization is the integration of uncrewed underwater vehicles, UUVs, into the submarine fleet. The Navy recently canceled the Razorback Mk-20 variant, which was intended to be launched and recovered through torpedo tubes. Despite its cancellation due to integration difficulties, the Mk-19 variant, which launches from a dry deck shelter, continues development. These UUVs are seen as vital force multipliers, expanding surveillance range, mine detection capabilities, and persistent monitoring in hostile areas without risking crewed vessels. The port visit of USS Newport news to Iceland is not an isolated event, but part of a carefully coordinated and future-focused strategic realignment. It signals the U.S. Navy's increasing attention to the Arctic and North Atlantic theaters, the growing importance of undersea domain awareness, and the commitment to protect both U.S. homeland interests and those of allies. As the international security environment becomes more complex, especially under the pressure of renewed undersea competition, these actions ensure that the United States retains the initiative, the reach, and the capability to secure vital maritime domains.